State and federal investigators have been called in to investigate a fire they believe was intentionally set at the First Pentecostal Church in Holly Springs, Mississippi.
That church, it's just hard to wrap your head around the idea that someone may have orchestrated this or done this.
Pastor Jerry Waldrop is trying to make sense of what happened.
Sheriff Chad Chronister made that clear today when he issued a pair of arrest warrants against the pastor of the River at Tampa Bay Church. Pastor Rodney Howard Brown is accused of defiantly leading two heavily attended church services this past Sunday in violation of the county order.
We received an anonymous tip that Pastor Dr. Ronald Howard Brown refused request to temporarily stop holding large gatherings at his church.
So newsflash, Pharaoh doesn't get to dictate to God's people how they worship their God. God's the one that defines the parameters. God's the one that communicates His will and His plan for His church, not Egypt. And I'm telling you right now, with this cease and desist letter in my hand, the Bible says to the New Testament church, not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together as the manner of some is, but so much the more as you see the day approaching. And the closer we get to Jesus coming back, the more church we ought to be having, not less church. Now that's God's parameters. So I'm tearing up this cease and desist order right here, and I'm telling you right now, we're going to do it God's way. We're going to do it God's way. God tells us how to worship Him. Nobody else gets to do that.
Thank you very much. At my direction, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is issuing guidance for communities of faith. Today I'm identifying houses of worship, churches, synagogues, as essential places that provide essential services. Some governors have deemed liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but have left out churches and other houses of worship. It's not right. So I'm correcting this injustice and calling houses of worship essential. I call upon governors to allow our churches and places of worship to open right now. If there's any question, they're going to have to call me, but they're not going to be successful in that call. These are places that hold our society together and keep our people united. The people are demanding to go to church. Many millions of Americans embrace worship as an essential part of life. The ministers, pastors, they love their congregations. They love their people. They don't want anything bad to happen to them or to anybody else. The governors need to do the right thing and allow these very important, essential places of faith to open right now for this weekend. If they don't do it, I will override the governors. In America, we need more prayer, not less. Thank you very much. Thank you.